Hi, I'm Kim, the voice and the face behind Rabid Raccoon. Um, excuse me. You may prefer the Rabid Raccoon after seeing my face. And that's okay. I thought you might want to see this. Um, this is a little daunting for me as I'm not really a shy person. But sometimes I get a little self conscious being in front of a camera, and I don't know why that is. Um, well, some of it I do know, and um, it's personal flaws, and I never used to have it until I started getting a little older, and I started having a lot of my medical issues, and I started to get the rounder face and, put on some weight and get the double chins. For the longest time, I never had double chins. And, you know, um, as much as women, even women that don't wear a lot of makeup or take a lot of time to prepare themselves for the world to see. We do, excuse me, that's another thing that I have. And I mean, that's not something that bothers me other than the fact that it's annoying having a frog in your throat all the time. Is that my medications have made my throat very dry over the past 4 years or so. That it's just gotten progressively worse. And I sound like sometimes a teenage boy going through puberty. Excuse me. Um, and you've probably heard that a lot through my vlog. But um, when you're a woman, oftentimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be more attractive and make sure we look a certain way, wear makeup, prepare our hair, have earrings in or whatever, wax our eyebrows. As you can see, mine are not waxed. I'm not wearing any makeup. I don't even have. Oftentimes, I'll wear stuff under here to cover up these bags. Um, Not wearing them. I don't have any makeup on. I have tons of freckles. I also have, along with all my illnesses, I have psoriasis, which I get a lot of it in my hair. And so I get the mountaintop flakies going on. Um, and I get self conscious about that, especially since I'm a person that likes to wear a lot of black and dark colors. And you're kind of like, mm, you know, kind of wiping off your shirts. Plus, being a larger woman, um, that makes you even worse. And we're we're quicker to tear ourselves down than build ourselves up. And that's something that we need to stop doing. Um, when we're good at something, we don't like to, most women don't feel comfortable saying that they're good at something because they're often looked at as braggy or bitches or snobby or things like that. If you're out there and you say, "Well, I'm really good at accessorizing," other women will go, "Oh, how can she say that? She's such a snob." Um, it's because we've been bred and conditioned to be a certain way, to be more controlled and demure and holding ourselves in, not to be proud, in that way. We're supposed to be proud of our husbands or our spouses, our partners, and keep ourselves kind of back. You're considered bragging if you're good at sports, or if you're very happy about your body. Like, I'm very proud of, say, my washboard stomach. If you happen to be lucky and, have that, you've worked for that body. You've done the work. You've put yourself out there. You're watching your diet. You're running at the crack of dawn. You're sweating. You're taking that time to do those things. You have the right to say, look at my body, I'm proud of it, without being judged for it. If you're an avid reader and you have an expansive vocabulary and you go out there and say, I'm a well-read person, I've read all the must-read books before you die, all of Tolstoy and Darwin and I can't even think right now, H.G. Wells and Dickens and, all the classics. If you've read everything out there that's considered the most important literature of a lifetime, you have the right to stand up and say, I've read all the literature of a lifetime before I've hit the age of 30. And be proud of it and be able to say that. Or if you're a top line kickboxer, you should be able to say that. If you're a very talented painter, if you are a quilter, a painter, I think I said painter already, a linguist that knows 13 different languages, a builder, a mechanic, a forger, a farrier, a school bus driver, a teacher that has touched one life. If you are just a great baker, and you're at home with your children, and say your children have lots of allergies and you make the best gluten-free brownies that your children love, it doesn't have to be something that makes you famous, but something you're really good at. For example, I'm not anybody famous. I don't do anything that changes the world. I always thought that success had to be something that put you on the map. And I always put a lot of pressure on myself because I didn't go to college. I have some college credits under my belt now, but I didn't go until I was in my 40s, and I still want to at least get my associate's degree. I finished high school and hated it. And then I got married at 20, had my first child at 24, and then got divorced, and then, worked, nothing spectacular. And then I got remarried and had another child. And now I'm 45 and I have a 22-year-old daughter that's in college. And I have a 15-year-old son that's in ninth grade. And I'm dealing with, my husband and I should say, are dealing with my illnesses plus my son's challenges with autism. And living in Buffalo, owning our first home. There's a lot going on for us, plus other circumstances in our life, and I'm trying to figure out where I fit in the scheme of life. Even at 45, I'm clueless. So, I always thought that I had to be something big. I wanted to, write a novel, which I still may do now that ebooks are easy to write and put out there, whether it sells or not. That's beside the point, just to put something out there. I always wanted to paint something or write something or, be something big. Um, and then I realized one day it just hit me that that's not exactly where I'm supposed to be, maybe. Wait, that didn't sound right. Maybe that's not exactly where I'm supposed to be because were, if everybody was meant to be famous, if everybody was meant to be big, like Oprah big or Ryan Reynolds big, then nobody would stand out in that way. We can make small differences, but are on a grand scale in maybe somebody else's life. For example, fighting the fight for my son, advocating for him and making sure he gets a proper education, making sure that his future is secure. That's a big deal. Raising awareness for fibromyalgia and trying to get information out to people on my Instagram, but keeping my Instagram light and fun as well, and sharing my, you know, what some people may consider insignificant things like my Marvel collection and stuff like that. That to me is fun. And also, sharing information might touch somebody else. Sharing information on my vlog might help somebody eventually. I was sharing more information on Vero, and I'm going to start trying to do that on Instagram, but I don't know if maybe I should make another page, for that kind of stuff. I'm not sure yet. But I do have a blog, and I haven't done much with that yet because I'm not on my laptop a lot. And I do have now a podcast, which I'm only going to post on maybe once a month, maybe. I just feel like I need to get the word out there. I have things to say. And I like to have fun, and I like to laugh. And what I think I'm good at is making people laugh. I also find that people that are really close to me, when they need certain types of information, especially on home remedies or medical information, because I read a lot of that stuff, they come to me. I don't give out like doctor's advice or anything, but little things. They come to me and ask me about terminology and stuff like that, and that's what I'm here for. And that makes me feel really good. If people are down, they know they can come to me and I'll cheer them up. I'm a good listener, and I'm really, really good at keeping secrets. Sometimes it's because I forget. Because I just forget things. So they know they can trust me. But also, I think it's my childlike spirit is why I can make people laugh. But I think I'm very creative, and I think outside the box. yeah, I think I have a very creative side. I know I don't have fashion sense, and I can't match up clothes to save my life. Um, yeah, I'm very good with animals and with my Reiki. And I think I'm very good at crocheting my dolls. So that's what I think I'm good at. What are you good at? Take some time and if you journal, write those things down. If you have a vlog, take some time to say what you're good at, or share with somebody what you're good at. Say, I really need to tell somebody that I'm good at and say what it is and ask them what they're good at. I'm, or post it here in my, these little discussion things down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm all about interaction, and I don't get a lot of it. Of course, I only have 13 subscribers, which is okay, but would I like to expand a little? Of course. I'm hoping that eventually I do, but if you have something you're really good at, I would love to hear. So, yeah, this is the scary face behind the raccoon. And maybe if this goes well and I feel more comfortable with this, maybe you'll see more of it. But the raccoon's not going to go away because I really enjoy doing that too. And I enjoy doing multimedia type stuff with it and doing my reviews. Those are a lot of fun. But I have lots of things I want to share and lots of things I want to do with this channel. So stay tuned for more. And I want to send a special shout out to Pam. And she's Pen Paper Pam. She has this great attitude about, just follow yourself, follow your heart, and do what you want to do. And the hell with what people think, just be yourself. And that's what helped me decide today to get out from behind the lens, or get out in front of the lens, get out from behind the camera and in front of it, out from behind my raccoon to say hi. So, hello. Thank you, Pam. And I'll see more of you guys later. So, it's back to fixing a couple of things I had to fix. I was dusting the other day, and Todd McFarlane makes fantastic action figures. They're very detailed, and this is Spawn without his mask on. I got this for my husband last year for Yule. Well, they come with guns, which I will show you. Came with this gun. Okay, now see how big the whole the handle is for the gun? I should really learn gun terminology, seeing as most of the characters I like have guns. And see how small his hand is? Well, I tried to put the gun in his hand when I was dusting him. I thought I had it wedged in there right, and one of his hands fell off. So I had to super glue his hand back on. It's this one. You can't really tell. And my husband does know that I did it, because I'm honest to a fault. So I glued it back on, and he's in healing mode right now. And then I'm going to put him back on the shelf. He has that one and the one with the mask on. They're exactly the same. And I think I got the one with the mask on holding a gun, and then it fell out of his hand. I'm not going to force anything. They make them so that they don't fit. And I've had this problem with a lot of McFarlane's toys. It's very frustrating. So that makes me very angry. A lot of his toys too don't stand up. You can't position them right. And I think he should have made all his toys in fish tanks, like his movie Maniacs and stuff. So if you don't know what fish tanks are, I will show them eventually. That's part of Paul's collection, not mine. So, all right, back to repairing and making sure this toy is going to stay together. Have a great time, and bye-bye from Buffalo.